from Amelia Scott Designs, and I'm also a Bernina brand ambassador. So in this video I'm going to show you how to quilt a small project like this with your oval hoop on the Bernina 880. So please come join me. Alright, so here I have the outer part of my bag all pieced together. I have my batting and I have my backing. The only reason why my backing has to be so much bigger than my top is because I need to have something to hoop. And then you also want to secure it down with some spray adhesive, some temporary spray adhesive. You also want to find the center of your outer bag, the length, the center. You can just do that by folding it in half and creasing it. Or here I went ahead and marked a white line all the way across mine. When it comes to the hoop, I like to put a little double-sided sticky tape. I like a 1/2 inch, and I just go from one side to the other. It has a little piece of paper on it, so you'll want to peel the paper off, and this helps the hoop stick where you want it to stay. So when you put your hoop down, I designed this specifically for the oval hoop because I wanted to show you how you can do edge-to-edge quilting in a small oval hoop. And this is my bottom because I have the little arrow, and I'm going to lay my horizontal markers on my hoop right on top of the white line that I drew, the little marking line that I drew, and I'm going to put the edge of the hoop right on the edge of the fabric like such. On the bottom part of the hoop, you want to really make sure that you loosen the screw, but not so much that the hoop comes undone. Okay, now here's a really easy way to hoop. I'm going to take the fabric, now that my hoop is where I want it to be, I'm going to take the fabric, I'm going to fold it back, I'm going to bring my hoop in, I'm going to hold both the fabric and the hoop, and I'm just going to butt it up against this edge here, and then mash the rest of it in place, and voila, easy as pie. And then I'm going to take my hoop partly off the table here, and I'm just going to tighten it in place. Before you begin, you will want to turn off all the scissors because in quilting you'll need to bring your bobbin thread up to the top, and you don't want the scissors to cut it after you've gone through the trouble of bringing it up to the top. Second thing is, when you put the bobbin in, you do not need to thread it for embroidery because this is just a straight stitch. It's kind of like free motion quilting, and you don't need that extra tension on your thread. You will get a much better result if you do not thread it for embroidery. You're going to select your hoop, then you're going to select your jump drive because you'll put the design onto your USB stick or your jump drive or your thumbnail drive, whatever you call it, and then you'll select the design on the screen. Once it comes up, you'll just select the needle. It's going to tell me to put the hoop in. I'm going to do that right now. It's going to calibrate it, and now we're ready to show you what I'm going to do here. Let's see if I can show you this. I've got a camera right in front of me, so it's kind of difficult to do. Now, let's see. Alright, when I bring my bobbin up, what I want to do is I want to grab this tail, my thread, my top thread, and I want to take my hand wheel and I want to turn my hand wheel toward me to bring my bobbin thread up to the top. And it did not come up because I just put a new bobbin in, of course. Ah, there it is. Okay, so once you get it up, sometimes I need to take some little tweezers and actually pull that up too. So now I have my bobbin thread, I have my top thread. I'm going to hold the two of them together. Okay, I've got the green button, so I'm going to lower my presser foot and hit the green go button, and away my design starts stitching. Okay, then I want to remove my hoop. I want to turn it over, and I want to cut that bobbin thread. I want to also give myself about 8-10 inches of bobbin thread. Alright, so I've threaded the top and the bobbin thread in a large eye needle, and I'm just going to put the needle right back through that hole, that start point hole. I'm going to bring it back to the back, And then I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to take the two ends, and I'm going to tie just your typical square knot, right over left, left over right, just a knot. However you want to tie a knot, just tie a knot, maybe 2-3 times. Alright, so let's look at the second hooping now. We're going to take the embroidery of our project out of the hoop. Again, I want to really loosen that screw up. Now, you're probably going to have to replace the tape on this side because the tape and batting does not work all that great together. That batting just strips it of all its stickiness. So I'm going to put another piece on here. Peel the paper off. Now I have a fresh piece. Now we want to place the hoop for the second hooping in a very specific spot. So I'm going to zoom in here to what I call my end point. Oops. There we go. You can see right here is the very end of my quilt design. I want to take a ruler and I want to find the 3/8 of an inch line. I want to go back 3/8 of an inch, and I'm going to draw a little mark here. That little white mark that I just drew, 3/8 of an inch to the left hand side of the end stitch, end point, is where I'm going to lay the inside. Let me back up a bit here for you guys. Is where I'm going to lay the inside of my hoop, and I'm also going to continue putting the horizontal markers on that horizontal line. Perfect. Okay, then I'm going to do the same thing I did before. I'm going to fold that quilt back, or my little sample, my little bag back. And let's just bring this out some more so you can see. I'm going to bring it back, take both pieces, put it in, smash it down in there, and then again tighten the screw. What we want to do in this next step before we begin is we want to connect our start point of our design to our end point that's on the fabric. And when I bring my needle down, again rolling my hand wheel toward me, you can see that I'm not really I'm a little bit away from that end point. So I need to reposition the design. So I'm going to go, let's see if I can back up. Again, I've got the camera right in my lap. I'm going to hit the move hoop button, and now I can move my my X and my X and my Y over. Let me see if I can come back down to the fabric so you can see. And I'm going to bring my needle down. And you can see I'm almost there, but I still need to go just a little bit further. And just a little bit more over. And I will be spot on it. And there you have it. I am spot on right where I want to be. I'm going to do the same thing I did before. I'm going to bring my bobbin up again. Should come up really nice and easy now because it's not a brand new bobbin. I'm going to hold the bobbin in the top. I'm going to lower the presser foot, and I'm going to hit the green button, start button, and away it goes. What I want to show you is the last design and how much batting you have in your hoop. So when you get to this flower on the edge, it's real important that your fabric is adhered to the batting with some spray adhesive. So I pulled that triangle, this corner up earlier, and I sprayed it again to make sure it was really sticking. And I just want to show you when it comes, you're going to have to make, when it gets real close to the edge, you're just going to have to babysit it and make sure that the presser foot doesn't accidentally flip the fabric over. Let me just start it here. Here's another flower where it might get a little close. You just want to be by your machine, because if it does flip, you want to hit that stop button immediately to stop it so it doesn't flip over or catch the presser foot. If it's sprayed down pretty good, it usually lays pretty flat. And there you have it. Thank you for watching the video on edge-to-edge quilting on a small project. I have 2 other videos for this project. One for the putting the lettering on the bag, and the other one for putting the zipper in. Thanks again for watching. Have a good day. Bye.